think there's a couple of things that excite me. One is I get to sit with, I'm co-located with Jason, and so we do have a tremendous opportunity to exchange ideas around deal flow and where we want to participate in the value chain. I think one of the things that's really exciting to me about being able to bring capital into the United States is that it allows us to eat while we dream. So we're not just focused on the growth story, we're focused on building businesses with a real revenue base and knowing what has already resonated in a variety of communities. And then looking to take the groups of people that really gel with our values and the mission that we're on to bring consistent, predictable, and reliable experiences, brands, or products into every market in which we operate. So on the BD side, right now, I think I'm really jazzed about things that are really familiar in other industries, and now they're crossing over to cannabis. So I like beverages, I like pill delivery formats, I like things that feel more medical or wellness, and I think that there is a huge market for women, and so we talk about that with women potentially being a big consumer. That's was Ryan's original customer, was thinking about his grandmother or his mother in the dispensary community. And so I'm interested in some of the more pharmaceutical leaning products. I'm also really interested in the consumer and the last mile, and I think that's why we've had such an eye on retail, where we feel margins are going to be defensible in the long term. And I think we're really interested in direct to consumer. So one of the things we didn't talk about in the hemp space is that Arise does have a direct to consumer play online. And I think that there's a tremendous opportunity for us in terms of having a more scientific and technological approach, as well as through data aggregation, to really look at developing products that the market is already searching for versus pushing products into the market that we're not sure if people want. And I think the consumer is changing, and I think the consumer is changing pretty dramatically. And I think that being able to have those consumer and data insights and have product creation come off of that direct-to-consumer data play is really interesting. And then I think for me, one of the things that I get super excited about is just the people that we get to meet. Kind of going back to the legacy, I think in California, so many people took tremendous risk in order to start these businesses, and they did it with the intent of improving people's lives. And they wanted to bring medical cannabis into like high need, high risk communities. And to have that origin and that point of care and doing good for a community really resonates with the philosophy that we have in terms of like long-term. We have a long-term view. We are, as Jason says, long-term greedy. We're not focused on a short-term trade. We're interested in building a very long-term value proposition.